you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blinding.
Tough times create strong men. Strong men create easy times. Easy times create weak men. Weak men create tough times. Many will not understand, but you have to raise warriors.
I know you're gonna have to do almost everything alone up here. And you're gonna have to go through hell, worse than any nightmare that you ever dreamed. But in the end, I know you'll be the one standing.
You have to become the kind of person that can push through the hard times. Most people can't do that. Most people cannot push through the challenging, the draining, the frustrating times that make everybody else quit. And every time you push through one of these barriers, you're leaving all of your competition behind and you're moving forward without that. So you have to build yourself into someone who has the discipline, the fortitude, the grit to push through the hard times, to become someone who is literally fucking incapable of quitting.
There's a great benefit to going through anything difficult, like anything that's going to happen that's very difficult and troubling. The great benefit is it gives you an opportunity to grow. It gives you an opportunity to express yourself under pressure, to show your character, to show who you truly are. And it gives you an opportunity to see how you handle a very difficult situation.
Pressure changes everything, pressure. Some people, you squeeze them, they focus. Others fold.
Seems like you forgot again. Let me remind you, when it was hard and you were overwhelmed and felt afraid and walked alone and didn't have the answers and couldn't see the way, you kept going. May you never forget that.
I'd say one of the strongest mental frames that has got me through my hardest times is thinking this will be the story that I will one day tell. And that means the harder it is, the more epic the story, and by consequence, the more epic the hero.
I don't know who the fuck is telling y'all that shit's supposed to be easy. And I don't know who the fuck is telling y'all that it's easy for them. But I'm going to tell you right now, they're fucking full of shit. This shit is hard. Being a high achieving person is hard. Trying to win is hard. And when I say being a high achieving person, even if you're not yet, and that's what you want to be, it's hard. But if you don't go through it, you're not going to get better. And you have to understand that anybody who's ever gotten better, anybody who's ever created, anybody who's ever built, anybody who's ever been something that you've looked up to has gone through these hard times without quitting.
You think that I'm fine? You think the smile means that I'm okay? That I have everything figured out? Man, I am empty. But I gotta keep going because that's all I've ever known to do. Just keep going.
It doesn't fucking matter what the world throws at you. You are still going to win. Imagine feeling like that. Imagine knowing no matter what the fuck happens, I'm going to still win. And that's the kind of confidence that pushing through the hard times creates. If you can become the kind of person that will execute no matter what's going on around them, you can't be fucking beat, bro. It's literally impossible to beat a person like that. You can't beat them.
I know what darkness looks like. I know what it feels like to be alone with no motivation, no drive, no passion. And what has to come out of your fucking soul in the darkest of times is what you just did right there. For the first 20-some years of my life, it was just darkness. But if you are able to get up every morning, have no passion, no drive, no motivation, no shit, and still get up with that kind of fire, you will be successful in life. I guarantee you that.
A man who's been through hell doesn't walk the same. He moves different because he's already fought battles no one knows about. He's built from pain, shaped by failure, and powered by purpose.
I have never met anybody who became incredibly successful in any area of their life until they had suffered and sweated and sacrificed and kept their focus and fought through tears and trials and tests. And if you have a dream and you commit to it, it will come to pass.
There was no watch David Goggins lose 106 pounds in 2.5 months. There was nothing. Every morning I woke up, I had a real conversation with that dirty mirror. And every day, the same answer came back to me. Do you want to be on your deathbed knowing that you could, but you didn't?
What would you say to someone who's going through a string of bad days or bad weeks or bad months?
Say it's okay. You're not alone. I think sometimes a quick word of just looking at them and being like, I know this is shit right now and it's okay, but you're not alone.
You have to really analyze your life, because I guarantee you most of the things that we're going through, someone else has already gone through. So what one person can do, another can do. And it's important that we believe that you are not alone in this journey. You're not the first person to go through what you're going through. Whether it's death, illness, whatever you're dealing with, you are not the first person to endure whatever you're going through. So what that means is this: you are just as tough as all the other people that have endured what you are enduring right now. So always stay in the fight. Never forget your goals. Many dreams die while suffering. Don't be one of those people whose dreams die while you're suffering. Learn to manage your mind.
Sometimes you're barely making any progress at all, and that tough situation is making you want to stop. And what you eventually learn is you can't stop. When you're going through tough situations, you got to take that next step. You got to keep moving forward. And I know we're going through a pretty tough situation right now in a lot of different ways. Take that next step. Keep moving forward.
Being a leader fucking sucks. You do everything in life that you do not want to do. You are unhappy 90% of your life. But that means that other people are eating because of you. They're living because of you. They're achieving because of you. So are you really in that bad a shape? So make a decision tonight. Do you want to be a leader? Or do you want to be that person who just bags it and does their own shit?
It won't be easy. It will be hard because life is hard. That's what life is. And these challenges that you face, they're going to do their best to take you down. Do not let them.
I don't look at failure as failure. I look at failure as attempts at what I'm trying to accomplish. Let's say I failed the first time. That's just my first attempt. And I have a second attempt and a third attempt. Failure is a big word. But if you're failing at something that's extremely difficult, to me, it's not really failure. It's your first attempt. And through that first attempt, you gain so much knowledge for the second and possibly third attempts. And then you'll finally succeed.
You did the best you could. The deck was stacked against you. And they'll say it's not your fault. This is the instinct that says you've had enough. This is the instinct that says you've given it your best shot. You can stand down. You can back off. This is the instinct that says you can rest now. Do not listen to that instinct. Do not listen.
You're tired? Great. Get to work. You're heartbroken? Great. Get to work. Because if you can show up to work every single day despite of what you're going through, you're going to develop an unstoppable version of yourself. So when real hard times come, not just people's opinions, but real hard times, you will not only be ready for it, but you will dominate those hard times. You'll make it look easy. People will look at you and be like, what are you? And you're going to respond by saying, I'm just that person that was willing to work a little bit harder than you.
But every day I do something to strengthen the mind. We're all looking for this great mythical mental toughness. Mental toughness doesn't come from sitting on the couch. It doesn't come from wishing it would come true. It comes from putting in the work. And you have to start developing your mindset. Mindset is not developed by wishing. Mindset is developed by doing and actually putting into practice.
Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. You need to have a hierarchy of improvement. You need to be aiming for something, and that means you're going to be lesser than people who've already attained along that dimension.
Yes.
And that can give rise to envy. So the question is, who should you defeat in the final analysis? And the answer is, you should defeat your former self. You should be constantly trying to do that.
Judge yourself against no one but yourself. You're racing against no one but yourself. When you compare yourself to other people, you are losing the race. And this race is you against you, man. So don't get caught up in all this bullshit out here of the social media, and this is where I'm at, and this is what I'm doing, and this is how great I am. Leave all that shit behind, man. Worry about yourself, worry about what you're doing, and worry about where you're going, and only where you're going. to be your best self.
And I made a promise to myself from that day that I was going to work that hard every single day so that when I do retire, I have no regrets. And that was the most important thing for me, is to leave no stone unturned, get better every single day. And if I lived that way, then over time, I'd have something that was beautiful. But that was my philosophy. It seems like a pretty simple one, but if you live your life to just get better every single day, and do that for 20 years, what do you have?
It will never go your way, guys, if you're saying today is good enough. If you never say good enough today, I promise you tomorrow will always be enough. Whenever good enough isn't enough, you can bet tomorrow you'll have enough.
Your mind's gonna always guide you in a spot that wants to make you feel comfortable and nice and secure. And it's in those spots that there's no growth. Without friction, there's no growth. So that's why I constantly preach about you have to get outside that comfort zone to find that every day of your life.
I was asking myself, what's a value that I learned as a child? And the one that I remember the most is this: don't half-ass it. Think about it. If you're gonna do something, if you've chosen to do something, whatever it is, easy, hard, if you give it your all and you don't half-ass it, win, lose, draw, get what you want, don't get what you want, whatever the outcome is, if you don't half-ass it, at least you're not going to have to wonder, would the outcome have been different? What if I did give it my all? And boy, wondering that is what keeps us up at night.
The margins, guys, in life, that dictates a champion, someone that's remembered and not forgotten. The legacies of life, the role models, the one that stands those tests of time I always talk about, don't know terms like good enough. It's too fucking hard. And they failed over and over and over again so many times that they've learned what it takes to succeed. With failure comes success, and with success comes blueprints of fundamental principles that lead to success.
Battle, sir, is not to the strong alone. It is to the vigilant, the active, the brave. There is no retreat. The war is inevitable, and let it come.
If your definition of success is win or lose, giving everything you've got and growing or learning along the way, then you're setting yourself up for success. I really think the biggest cheat code in life is just going after it and not being concerned of whether or not you fail at one specific task. Instead, understanding the big picture, what your long-term goal is, and knowing if you keep driving forward and never fucking quit, in the end you will succeed.
Want to be really great at something, you kind of have to be out of your fucking mind, but you also have to have an iron will. You don't want to work out every day. There's going to be days you just want to eat cake and sleep. But if you want to get past the guy who eats cake and sleeps, you don't eat cake and you don't sleep. Hard times create hard men. Hard men create soft times. Soft times create soft men. Soft men create hard times.
That whenever I'm down, I'm like, oh, hang on, motherfucker. Oh, you know the truth. You know the truth. You know the darkness of the fucking dungeons and the fucking demons that fly. You know. And then from there, it's like, okay, you were there. You know this. There was no one there to pick up the rucksack, to pick up the boat, to pick up the log, to go in there. It was you. It was you. There was no pat in the back at 300, at 275, at 250, at 220. No, that was you.
What's interesting about humans is that our ability to endure is very robust if we know that we'll make it out.
People think that you should be weak and you should be docile and then you should be a pacifist. He goes, no, you should be a monster. He said you should be a monster, you should be ruthlessly ambitious, and then learn how to control it. It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
People are looking for that pat on the back. Where is it? I don't need it, because what I've done is in the fucking unseen work. I built Frankenstein. So whenever it gets nasty, David Goggins goes, you had nobody anyway, motherfucker. So see how I'm talking myself right now? That's me. You had nobody anyway, motherfucker. Look around you. There was no fucking team. It was you.
I fought for it because no one gave it to me, because it was just me alone in the gym, me alone in the mirror, me alone in my head. No one did it for me. I worked for it, and I'm never going to let someone else take that from me.
To find your way in life, it's not an external search, it's an internal search. Because
Because God equipped you the moment he gave birth to you. God equipped you at birth with what you needed. He gave all of you a gift. It is the thing that you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. That's your God-given gift. That's the thing you should pursue.
What one big thing could that guy accomplish that would make all of the mediocrity of your life up to this point irrelevant? And why are you not putting every single ounce of your effort to prove that one point so that you could then justify everything up to that point? So it wouldn't have been mediocrity, it would have been the path to get there.
I did it alone. There was no fucking trophy on the fucking wall, on the mantle. That trophy's in my fucking brain. No one helped me get there. No one paid my fucking bills. No one did shit for me. No one ran those fucking miles, lost that fucking weight, went through it. I suffered on my own and developed this man who said, it's who I am, man.
Never wait on the right time, because the right time ain't ever coming. All that, when we get my ducks lined up in the row, no you won't. So there will always be an obstacle. So if you're waiting on the right time, you'll never make the move. You have to go.
Everybody gets one chance to do something great. Most people never take the chance, either because they're too scared or they don't recognize it when it spits on their shoes. This is your big chance, and you shouldn't let it go by.
But you better stop making excuses and find a way to win. We want people to make guarantees to us, but we're not willing to make guarantees to ourselves. Winners win. I focus more on winning than I focus on structure. And when you become a winner, they start seeing you with winners.
No more gray decisions in your life. It either serves the man or the woman you want to become, the business you want, the father you want to be, the wife you want to be, the mom you want to be, the leader you want to be, the business you want to have. It either takes you towards the person you want to be or it takes you away. Everything else is a no. It's time for you to make a not to-do list. You've had a to-do list your whole life.
The best in the world are not the best because they win every point. It's because they know they'll lose again and again and have learned how to deal with it. You accept it, cry it out if you need to, and then force a smile. You move on, be relentless, adapt and grow, work harder.
Who you are is more important than what you do. How high you jump, how fast you run, because who you are is your character. And your character is an accumulation of your thoughts, your habits, and your priorities on a day-to-day basis, because those three things determine the choices you make. And the choices you make you who you are. Good guy, bad guy, hardworking, lazy, responsible, irresponsible. And it takes a certain amount of discipline to do what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, the way it's supposed to get done.
The truth is, whatever game you play in life, sometimes you're going to lose. A point, a match, a season, a job. It's a roller coaster with many ups and downs. You want to become a master at overcoming hard moments. That is, to me, the sign of a champion.
The solution to your problem is not going to be found in the problem. It's not going to be found in there. You have to get out of the problem so that you can look at it, make an assessment, and you can assess how to solve the problem or whether you need to solve the problem or not. And then occasionally you go, okay, this is something I need to contend with. This is something I need to deal with. This is something I need to shape or adjust.
You don't start things and not finish them. You don't quit. There's nothing that comes out of quitting besides knowing that you didn't finish. We finish everything. You start it, finish it. If you're going to do it to try and be the best. Not be better than other people, be the best for you.
The thing is, man, it's always going to be a party. It's always going to be a time to celebrate and a time to join friends or a day to, the bars are always open. Always open. No matter how old you are, they're always open, you know? What's not always open is the opportunity to check the box in life. To achieve your dreams. That's not always open, man. And it's funny, it's like, I'm not saying you do it all the time and everything else, because everyone needs a release in life. But it's funny when you're coming here and you're closing the gym up.
Mom, I want to swim. Then you're going to finish swimming. It didn't matter what I did. I was never allowed to quit. So now in anything I do, when I pick it up and say I'm going to start it, I got to finish it. It all don't work. It all ain't the best. It all ain't knocked out the park. But I walk away saying I finished it. I did it.
There's so many times in life you don't want to be doing what the fuck you're doing. You can't just fucking quit. Remember this. This isn't a hobby. This isn't a fucking joke. It's a fucking lifestyle. So what you say to yourself is important. There's no fucking coach. There's no trainer to keep you going. It's only you. Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done. Stay hard.
There'll be times where you succeed and there are times that you fail. So wasting your time doubting whether you're going to be successful or not is pointless. It is. I mean, you just put one foot in front of the other. You control what you can't control. And then you see what the outcome is. Right? If you win, great. You're going to have to wake up the next day and do the journey over again. If you lose, it sucks, but you're going to have to wake up the next day and do the journey all over again anyway.
Until you have had the taste of finishing, you will not respect yourself. Until you follow through, until something is done, come hell or high water, tears and struggles and pain, and you go through it anyway, and you show up and you continue to fight on no matter the circumstances. After a while, something begins to wither inside of you.
Your feelings don't matter. That's the deal. You may feel like doing something, maybe you don't feel like doing something. Doesn't matter. Get out there and do what you're supposed to do, whether you feel like it or not.
When did everything start being just about the outcome? When do we start doing stuff just to get stuff in return? And how long are we going to let our expectations govern who we are and how we feel? A lot of times I feel like we have to let go. I feel like the more you let go, the more you have to gain in all of life.
So when you fail, it's a part of the process. Keep going. You're supposed to fail. Shit, who you know that gets it right all the time? That's impossible. You have to fail. Matter of fact, when you fail, be glad about it. Every time you fail, you one step closer. So every time you fail, say, whew, got that out the way. Go to the next one. Fail again, okay, I got 2 out the way. What's gonna happen is if you just keep swinging, you're gonna get a hit.
Everything else comes with it, and I hope you're ready for it. All the girls, all the fame, everyone's gonna be asking how you do it and everything else, and hope you're ready for that, guys. So hopefully it doesn't come overnight, because it might be too much for you. But when it does come, and you do it the right way, you'll be ready. And you'll be damn proud of it. And once you have them, you will never, ever let them go. You have a good life.
Stop holding it so fervently in your heart that, you know, what you do has to have an outcome, has to have something that gives back. You know, in the sense that karma exists, sometimes it's not expressed in the same way that you want it or the same way that you may expect it to be. So the point is to realize that your expectations are what's holding you back a lot of times in life.
Everything you want in life, you can have. You can have all your wants in life, but not 1 second before we stop making excuses for not having what you want. And you get rid of those excuses of life. And get rid of the voices of what everyone else says. Because there's 2 people inside of you, right? There's a person that everyone else sees on the outside looking in. And then there's the other person. The person you believe your potential can be. What you can see is what you see that you can be.
Well, I don't really know how I could make it better, but I'm open to suggestions, man. If I can figure out how to do it, I'll try it. That's the humility and the inquiry. That's a humble inquiry. How could I make things better? It's something like that. And that's like, what sacrifices do I need to make in order to make things better? That's a good question to ask yourself. You could ask yourself that every morning.
Because while everybody's over here being cool, and I tell people this all the time, there's no future in cool. That's a trend. That's a fad. It comes and it goes, okay? We're here for a slow, but a for show. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Pasos corto, vista larga, which is short steps, long vision.
They see I don't party, bro, I don't drink, I don't smoke, and they see that and they're like, bro, why? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, go have fun.
You are.
You feel what I'm saying? But I'm having fun, and I try to tell them, like, don't let me affect what you do.
I'm gonna be good regardless.
I'm gonna be good regardless, but I'm comfortable who I am. I have fun sitting at home watching 6 games at a time.
What sacrifice do I have to make things better? You can decide what constitutes better. How about that? Then it's not even as if it's being imposed on you. Come up with your own notion of what constitutes better.
This sacrifice of the thing that we want for the thing which is supposed to get it. Sacrifice the thing we want, self-worth, for the thing which is supposed to get it, validation, means that we need to prioritize ourselves. And therefore, you cannot prioritize other people's opinions of yourself ahead of your own.
I made the biggest sacrifice. It was the only sacrifice I could make. Yeah, my dad, I've had a luxurious life, a blessed life. I don't know hardship. The only sacrifice I could make was my family. And it's the sacrifice I chose to make, but it don't make it any easier.
It don't make any sense. Not half the fighters here would do what I do. And if they had what I had, they wouldn't graft as hard as I do. Tony can vouch for me. I'm the first to get there and the last to leave.
Man, I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. If I do what everybody else is doing, I'm going to be like everybody else. His obsession with winning. Yeah. He knew there was a price that needed to pay for winning. And everybody knows you got to pay a price for winning. But most people aren't willing to pay it.
No retreat, no surrender. That is Spartan law. And by Spartan law, we will stand and fight. A new age has begun. An age of freedom. And all will know that 300 Spartans gave their last breath to defend it.
Let's control the outside. Look, the fire's coming. Are you ready for the fire? Look, we're firemen. Okay.
We are firemen!
Got it, Coach.
The heat doesn't bother us. We live in the heat. We train in the heat.
Yeah, let's go.
It tells us that we're ready. We're at home. We're where we're supposed to be. Flames don't intimidate us. What do? We control the flame. We control them.
What they do in Hell Week is they design Hell Week to find your flaws. And they do a really good job of that. It's 130 hours of continuous training. You make it 2 hours of sleep. Find everything wrong with your mentality. And then they start Hell Week. And that's the beauty of it.
I'll tell you what this workout is. It's an hour. It's going to be, you can do it in 45 minutes if you want. But faster and better out there. Slow, methodical, controlling the weight up and down. Going for the burn, holding it at the top, holding it at the bottom. Weights, you're always in control of that weight. That's going to lead to the biggest strength, the biggest growth.
So what got me through horrible times was the dark side. Was I created, my name is David Goggins. I created Goggins. Goggins is the guy that can take anything you put in front of him. I have a way of going to a place like I did in that race, where all the pain and suffering that they put on top of me in Hell Week, I will reverse that pain and suffering, and you will go home to a nice warm bed with your wife or your kids and a nice meal, and I was still out there in the grit.
I hear that I'm over 40, I'm pushing 50, whatever. Bring it. Back off, negative. Not happening. In fact, I'm stepping it up. I'm training more. I'm learning and reading and studying more now than I ever have in my whole life. Do I get dinged up? Of course I do. No factor. Deal with them.
That sounds like excuses to me. I mean, you got to figure it out, right? If you really have an obsession to figure it out, you will figure it out, right? And every puzzle is constructed differently. Right? AI's situation when he came into the league was different than mine. Mike's situation in Chicago was different than mine. Right? Everybody has a different puzzle, man. You just got to figure out your own puzzle.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight. And these Shield boys. Oh! Remember this day, man, or it will be yours for all time.
Your mind has to be stronger than your feelings. Think about every poor decision you've made in your life. There was more emotion that was involved in it than there was mine. Every single one of them. Think about it. Your feelings keep you in bed. Your mind tells you, get up. Think about it. Every single day, your mind is one that tells you, get up. And your feelings like, an extra 30 minutes. What's wrong with it? Don't worry about it.
So whatever you're doing, you have to do it like your life depends on it. Go. You got to get after it. And you got to have discipline. Most people don't have those things. Most people don't understand what it's like to really go for something. And to know that the consequences of not doing that are horrific.
Get it, 17. They don't know me, son. Get it, 18. They don't know me, son. Get it, 19. They don't know me, son. Dude, who's gonna carry the boats and the logs? That's you, buddy. Come on, 23.
And here we start. Get the mind right, the body will follow. Tell the world, get a goal, achievable goal. And then day by day by day, you start to do that goal to make it the reality, guys. It's not guesswork. It's a science of intensity. And if you don't have the intensity, don't fucking come in.
You're gonna fucking hate yourself in the morning. Why are you pulling back? No, don't tell me yes. Why? Where are you supposed to be? Do not back up.
most of this generation quits the second they get talked to. You did this wrong, or they get yelled at. It's so easy to be great nowadays because everybody else is, most people are weak. This is a softened generation. So if you have any mental toughness, any ability, if you have any fraction of self-discipline, the ability to not want to do it but still do it.
The key factor for me wasn't whether or not I was ready. It was the fact that if I wasn't ready, I was determined to figure out how to get ready. And ultimately, even if I was ready, I still need to improve anyway. Right? So the work's not going to stop. It was just a matter of, do you want to come to the league and learn from the best? And I'm doing the math in my head. I'm looking at Stockton, how many years he's playing, Drexler, how many years he's playing, MJ, how many years more he's playing, Hakeem. These are players that I studied growing up.